Hello everyone, welcome back to the War Room, and today I'm doing a virtual review of the game Championship Formula Racing, also known as CFR. I do own this game, but my garage is filled right now with different games, so I cannot show this to you in real life. I will point out the things that come with this game and the things that do not come up with this game because of the mod I'm playing here. This game is designed by Doug Schulz. Okay, his company name is LucidPhoenix.com. I'm going to put that in the description so you guys can find it. You can find this game pretty much anywhere. I bought mine about 3 weeks ago on Amazon.com. You can find it on Noble Knight Games. You can find it on eBay. No problem. I'm going to get the bad out of the way early so we can get right into the game. This is what a typical race speedway looks like. The artwork in the background isn't the greatest. But let's be honest here. For all the Heat players, Formula D players, how much do you spend time even paying attention to the background? Okay, I guarantee you don't. All right, so let's just cut the crap there. The background has nothing to do with this raceway. It is just filler. However, the game itself is phenomenal. This is becoming one of my most favorite games in the entire racing genre of games. I'll tell you why. There is no randomness in this game. Wait, what? What? Heat has way more randomness than this game does. This is a simulator, and I'll tell you exactly why. Number one rule is you have to build a car before every race. Okay, yes, you're building a car. You have to build a 2-point car, and you have to use these 6 attributes to do it. There are 4 cards in each attribute. And the cards, they have points. 0, -1, +1, +2, and you have to pick one from each attribute to take. Okay, and you have to add up to 2 points. All right. So if I take this 180 as my top speed, that's 1 point. I might take here 40 as deceleration as an example. That's 0 points. So I'm still +1. I might take, you know what? Let me get a good acceleration going. So now I got +2. I still got to pull one from these other 3. So I might say, you know what, though? I don't care about my start speed. So that's -1. So I'm still down to 1 point. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just take an average 0 for my driver skill. That's what driver skill does. It gives you little bonuses when you have to roll for tests. Now I'm going to explain that because there is no randomness. There's still no randomness. So I'm at +1, 0, +1, 2, -1, that's 1, 0. I need 1 more point, so let's go ahead and get a good car. Let's get an endurance in our car. This is how the tires, how strong the tires can handle. The rest of the cards, you can get them, they all go away. Beautiful. All right, this is my car. Excuse me, this is my 2-point car. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on my little mat here. Okay. And again, the mat doesn't come with the game. This is just what I designed to help so people, older people and other people who've never played the game, they can kind of see what's going on here. Okay. There you go. This is my 2-point car. All right. Now that I've designed the car, I now can go ahead and get all the wear tokens that I need. If I'm doing 1 lap, it's 7 wear. That's a lot. If I'm doing multiple laps with pitting, it would be 4 times the laps we do. Excuse me. And then you get 3 excuse me, wear tokens every time you cross the starting line. Here, let me show you what I got here. Where's it all at here? Oh, right here. 1, 2, 3. So this is what my car would look like right now. Okay. Let me go get all the stuff here. Excuse me. It's very dry in my house right now, so I apologize for all the coughing and hacking. That's pretty usual in my videos. All right. Well, I need one more here. Excuse me. Okay. So, this is what my setup would look like. All right. Let's say I'm doing 1 lap. I would get 7 wear tokens. Wear tokens are used whenever you go around corners or you decelerate too fast or if you accelerate more than you're allowed to in your game. If you have a top speed of, say, 180 or an acceleration of 60 or even your start speed at 20, you can always go 20 miles an hour more than those are stated. So these aren't hard numbers, okay? You could go above. But if you do, there's a chance you could blow out your engine or cause damage. And in some cases, you have to do what's called a test, all right? Whenever you accelerate above what you're able to, you have to do a test. There's nothing you can do with wear. So testing is a skill. So, for example, here, my start speed is 20. So at the beginning of the game, if I want to try and go 40, I could try, but I have to roll this test. If I roll 11 or 12, then I'm going to fail. My car starts as if it spun out. I have to lose a turn. If I do 9 or 10, then my start speed is negative 20. All right, so it's a misshift. Things like that can happen. But I can spend skill to negate that. I can spend 1 red or 2 green, up to 2 green of these tokens to negate the die roll. But that's gone forever, though. Then this skill goes away. It's gone forever in the race, and I can't use it again. Now, however, other things, like, let's say, acceleration. If I go past my acceleration or top speed, okay, if I go too fast, if I hit a 10 or 11 or 12, that's going to give me a negative 20 chip on my whatever I'm trying to do. Let's say I'm trying to accelerate past 60, okay? If I fail, I get a negative 20 chit on it for the rest of the game. So now I can no longer go 60 as acceleration. I can only go 40. All right? And that's all based on my little deck of cards here. This is my speed deck. All right? So you're saying, well, you're accelerating, you're going so fast, how do you know? What are you doing here? Yeah, let me remove this really quickly. You also get what's called a speed deck. The speed deck allows you to choose what speed you want to go. Now, unlike Heat or Charioteer, where you draw from a deck of cards, and the randomness is whatever you pull is what you get all of your speeds right here in the beginning of the game. Okay? So, if it's my first turn of the race, I can go 20 or 40 if I want to push it. I might start off with, here, let me get a car set up. These are not the cars that come with the game. I put these here just for fun. Let's put me in the start range right here. Okay. So my car is in the beginning. I'm going to go easy. All right, I'll go 20. So you put it face down. Anybody else that you're playing with, they're going to put their cards face down in the new speed deck, or new speed section. Okay. In real life, you wouldn't have this, so you'd put one in front of you. Everybody would flip it, and then whoever's first, depending on the position, goes first. So that's 1 space. How do I know it's 1 space? It's all written down. You go 1 space per 20 miles per hour. Then once I'm done with that, I'll push this up to the current speed. Again, this doesn't come with it. This is just to show what I did last turn. Everybody does the same thing. We pick the next speed. I'm going 20 now. I can accelerate 60 or 80 if I want to push it, but I'm not going to push it. So I'm just going to go 60 more. So 60 plus 20 is 80. I put my speed down. We're going to pretend everyone else is doing their moves, and then I flip it. Right? And the reason you keep this open is so that everyone else can see. Everything's public knowledge. So they can see whether or not you're cheating or you're going too far or if you have to do a wear. And trust me, that happens. There's times where, my neighbors tell me, oh, hey, man, you went too fast. You got to do a wear. And that's the whole purpose. So everybody can catch everybody. So now I'm going 80, which is 4. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. I'm going to put the car over here, and we're going to talk about corners. This is where the meat and potatoes of the game come in, are the corners. Doug did a really good job in designing this game to be very, very strategic, right? As you can see, there are no speed limits in the straightaways. You go as fast as you could possibly go within the limits of your car. However, once you get to these corners, you have a decision to make, right? So let's say I'm doing, you know what, I want to advance 60. Let's go... yeah, let me take the 20 back into my hand. Okay, I'll reorganize it. 80 is now my current speed. We're doing a new turn. And I might go 60 more, which is going to make me, what, 140? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and I flip, and I'm going first at 7 spaces. Okay, so 160, no problem. I'm going 140. That's no problem. I'm going 140 here. That's no problem. All right, and when I move, I can move straight or I can go diagonal. All right, I might go here because if I go into the 100 range, I'm going 40 miles an hour faster than the speed limit. All right, and that's a problem. In cornering, that's a big problem. Well, you know what? Let's go into the 100. So now, before I even go into the 100, I have to deal with this. All right. So let's go over here. Let me show you what happens if you corner. All right. All right. Cornering. Let's see here. It's not in here. Let me get it out of here. I have all the rules. There we go. Cornering. Here we go. Let me put the... Okay. All right. So I'm cornering pretty fast. I've gone, what, 1, 2 out of 7. I need to figure out what's going on here. I'm going 40 miles an hour faster than the mile per hour allows me to. So I have to spend either 1 wear and roll a chance, or I could spend 2 wear. All right, I can spend 2 wear right now and just be done with it and then go. And that wear's gone, right? And there's some rules if you're playing multiple laps, if you're playing certain tire compounds, that'll give you more later on. But let's say I do 1 wear, and I'm going to roll a chance. So just so you guys can see the game. So I'll get rid of the wear. Okay. Delete. And now I'm going to roll the chance. The chance is this chart right here. On a 12, 11, or 10, I fail. Okay, I crash. I'm out of the race. I hit that corner wall way too hard. If I do a 7, 8, or 9, I can do what's called a spin. And that spin can make me lose a turn. Okay, I'm not out of the race. I just spin out. And then if I do 6, 5, 4, 3, or 2, I'm safe. All right? So what I could do, since I have a little bit of skill, I could spend skill. I could spend 1 red token, or I could spend up to 2 green tokens. Well, since that's a pretty serious risk, I'm going to spend the green token, okay? Because I don't want to lose out in the beginning of the race, okay? So that'll eliminate my chance for a crash, but I still could spin out. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. 8 minus 3, it's 5. So I'm well within the safety limits. So then I am safe. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. That's how you figure out all your wear and skill. Now that seemed like a long time, but that flies. Once the players get used to that, you're flying through the wear and tear and all that stuff. It becomes really easy. But the skill that I spent is gone forever. You can make up more wear in the races if you're playing multiple laps. But the skill goes away. You don't get that. So I'm stuck with only 3 green for the rest of the race. All right. The racing symbols here, these little red symbols, are corners or specific corners that are fast. And this is ingenious. I love this. Here, let's start over here. Okay. As long as you start and end your turn into the red areas where they start and end, you gain a bonus. So red arrows give a 20 miles per hour greater speed if you follow the red arrows through. So 120 is no longer 120, it's 140 as long as I follow the arrow. So I can go, let's say I'm going 140, I got 7 movements. I can go 1, 2, no problem. I can go diagonal forward, 3, 4, 5. Now here, I'd have to pay the 140 because I'm going over. But these are safe because they're fast. You're cutting the corners, okay? You'd have to deal with any wear or problems here. Really, really cool game. What you saw is the only randomness you've seen in the game, and that's because I made a decision to go fast through the turn. It wasn't because the game made me do it. It's because I made myself do it. And this is the theme throughout the entire game. You just saw a quick little playthrough of it. All right. There's also overtaking. There's also force blocking. People who are going in and out of here. Let's go here. If this guy had more points and let's say it was blocked. Okay. He can attempt to do a forced pass, and then this guy can go ahead and try to block him if he wants to. He doesn't have to, but there are also roles for that as well. There's another chart. I don't have it out yet, but you could do that. There's slipstreaming. Slipstreaming can give you 1 or 2 extra spaces depending on how fast the guy in front of you goes. All right. So if I'm going 120, if this guy's going 120, this guy here could get a +1 to his movement. And it doesn't affect his speed. So if he's only going 7 spaces and I go 120, he's still only going 7 spaces. So you don't have to worry about any wear or skill issues like that. Really cool game, really simple game, really fun game. I've been completely obsessed with this game because it's pure strategy. It's player versus player. But what's funny is, even when you're not near another player, like if you're over here and you're by yourself, you're all kind of doing your own race. Now, you're not just trying to figure out how to overtake each other, but you're also trying to fight your own machine around these corners. And that's what makes this game so beautiful. When you play a race game, like on a PC game, like like a in real life race game, like it's the same thing. You are fighting your car, you're fighting other players. The randomness can be your engine blows up. That's thematic. That can happen. And that's why when I roll the dice here, it's thematically acceptable. Because that can happen, because I pushed my car too fast, right? And so the same thing here. You're not just pulling out a bunch of cards like in Heat, and I don't want to piss anybody off. Like I said, I'm asking for Heat for Christmas. I do like Heat. You're not just getting a bunch of random cards and trying to deal with, I only got a bunch of 2s and 1s in my hand moving forward. You have all your speeds. You could go as fast as you can possibly go. You could push your top speed, your start speed, your acceleration speed. You could do all that. You could decelerate further than you're allowed to. You just have to pay the wear. You have to roll the tests. You might burn out your brakes. Your engine might blow up. And that's just part of the race. That's what racing is. And that's what makes this game so good. I did a little investigating myself. I saw on Kickstarter, it didn't get a lot. It wasn't phenomenal in the Kickstarter. I think he asked for like 15 grand, and they got like 17 or 18 grand. I wasn't too sure. I could be wrong with those numbers, but it wasn't impressive. And I don't know why. This game is really, really awesome, and I want to blow it up. I want everybody to see this, and I hope that all of you guys will at least try it once. And if you want to try it with me, please let me know. I will put in my Discord invite. If you guys are ever interested in just learning it or just want to go through a lap, let me know. Join me here on the War Room Discord, and we will go through a lap. It's really that easy. Like I said, one thing I forgot to mention, there's bots. Yes, there's bots. I totally forgot. Guys, there's bots. There's historical drivers. Guys from the 30s and 60s and stuff like that. There's only 4 bots that comes with the real-life game. I think somebody had made like a generic bot for this. Things that you're not seeing on this map is there's little notations along every little one of these little sections off to the side. And the bots, cards, let's see. They kind of look like this. This is one of the generic ones. Okay, it's not very specific. You can do aggressive or cautious. Okay, but they have actual specific drivers. And each driver, you'll have to pick a strategy depending on the driver themselves. Okay, let's see. Pay order, racing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All right, and then depending on what part of the race you're in, if you're in the second third or third, the full third, if your wear is less than 2, you have different decision makings going on as the game progresses. This bot system is phenomenal. It was tough to learn. I'm not going to lie. It took me a few read-throughs to learn it, but I think I got it pretty good. I'm actually very confident now to play this game with bots. But yeah, you could add these bots, and they can give you a run for your money. I think the designer of this bot made it specifically very generic because there's no notations on any of these, which is sad. I wish there was. So you could try the historical drivers. Yeah, there's notations around the track. But, I'm sure this works. I have to experiment with this a little bit more. I am currently building another server on Discord because I want to build an RPG of CFR. As a team manager, you can manage drivers, you can manage your cars, you can hire engineers, you can change the rules of the game. I'm also working on a weather system that I kind of want to implement, but I'm going to try and get in contact with Doug first. I did send an email to his email at lucidphoenix.com. Lucidphoenix.com is his company's name. I will put that into the description box so you guys can visit his website. And again, you can find this game anywhere. It's all over the place. It was $20 for me. It might still be on Amazon. I highly recommend this game. The cars are great. They don't look like this. This is from somebody made these cars, and that's what's awesome about TTS is you can kind of like make and remake stuff that you want, but the cars are more plasticky, and but they're still good. They're still very nice, and you get a ton of them, and you can have 10 people play, or add bots, whatever you want to do. So this is CFR Championship Formula Racing, the most randomnessless game that you will ever come across. You will not be disappointed with this game. If you're looking for a race game that's more skill, driver-on-driver skill, not just, oh, I pulled the wrong cards or I pulled the right cards, this is the game you want to try. I still am beside myself that this game didn't get any more publicity than it did. Maybe it did, and I didn't see it, but I've never heard of it. I've been playing games for a number of years now. I've never heard of CFR up until about 3 weeks ago. And now I can't stop thinking about F1. Thanks, Doug. Really appreciate that. Now I'm trying to get ready for the Vegas F1 circuit here. So who knows? This game is. I hope we see some expansions. I hope we see some things happen here. Maybe some more bots that you can buy and purchase. But right now, this is what you got. For $20, there's a lot in that box, and you're not going to be disappointed. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you appreciate this video so I can make more content. It really means a lot when I get those likes and subscribes, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.